Contemplating Commitment. Writing of Paul's commitment to Christ, pastor evangelist F.B. Meyer wrote, Paul had handed over to Christ all that concerned his well-being throughout time and eternity, and Christ handed over to Paul the interests of his kingdom, which he was required to maintain. It is a mutual exchange of which we all ought to know something. The proportion of your self-giving is the measure of your discovery of what Jesus will be to you. Paul's lifelong commitment was a deposit of eternal value, coming with interest that was out of this world. More and more I ponder with growing expectation the experience we have when we see Jesus. I desire my own level of commitment to be ever increasing, regardless of what God asks me to do. How would you honestly describe your commitment to Jesus Christ? If you were to look back on your Christian experience and examined it under a microscope, what would you see? What does your commitment look like today? Could you ever go as far as Leonard Ravenhill's mother did, who prayed this just 2 hours after his birth? Lord, make this boy a preacher, or don't let him live. Praying like this requires quite a commitment and a boatload of faith. There is more power in prayer than today's version of Christianity seems to realize. By the age of 5, Leonard was memorizing and reciting many of David's Psalms. By 14, he was attending all-night prayer meetings where the saints prayed in tears and declared, "Everyone wants to wear my mantle, but nobody wants my sackcloth and ashes." Success was birthed out of commitment. In writing to Timothy, Paul called the gospel of Christ the treasure which has been entrusted to you. 2 Timothy 1:14. Consider the commitment of sharing the treasure that never depletes, but only grows in those who receive it. So, have yourself committed. Pastor Huck.